Hello, my friends, and welcome to Stoic Venture. Today we're diving into something we all face: overthinking. That endless loop of analysis, the what-ifs and the should-haves that keep us awake at night. It's exhausting, isn't it? But here's the good news. Overthinking is not an inevitable part of life. In fact, the Stoics, those ancient philosophers who mastered the art of living with clarity and purpose, offer us powerful tools to break free from it. So today I'll be sharing 10 Stoic ways to stop overthinking and find peace of mind. Before we dive in, I want you to think about this. What's one thing you've been overthinking lately? Write it in the comments, and let's choose clarity over chaos together. Lesson 1. Focus on what you can control. Epictetus teaches us a profound yet simple truth. Some things are within our power, while others are not. This distinction forms the cornerstone of Stoic philosophy and is vital for overcoming overthinking. When we overthink, we often waste mental energy on things completely outside our control. What if they don't like me? What if the weather ruins my plans? What if my ideas are rejected? The Stoics remind us that these what-ifs are distractions. What truly matters is not the external event, but how we respond to it. Let me share a practical example. Imagine you're giving a presentation at work. You've prepared for days, but you're consumed by thoughts like, what if I mess up? What if they ask a question I can't answer? These concerns are natural but unproductive. Instead, focus on what's within your control: preparation, clarity, and delivering your message to the best of your ability. Stoic exercise. Write a list of things that worry you. For each one, ask, can I control this? If the answer is no, release it. Visualize yourself handing these worries over to the universe, freeing your mind to focus on what you can influence. Over time, practicing this mindset cultivates resilience. You'll find yourself less reactive to life's uncertainties and more grounded in your ability to act with purpose. Lesson 2. Live in the present moment. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Confine yourself to the present." But why is living in the present so difficult? Because overthinking thrives on two time zones: the unchangeable past and the unpredictable future. Think about it. How often do you replay embarrassing moments, hoping to rewrite them in your mind? Or obsess over scenarios that haven't even happened? This mental time travel drags us away from the here and now, where life actually happens. To illustrate, let's consider a simple example. You're walking in a park. The sun is shining, birds are chirping, and yet your mind is elsewhere, rehashing an argument or planning tomorrow's tasks. You miss the beauty around you because your thoughts have hijacked the moment. Stoic exercise. Practice mindfulness. The next time you find your mind drifting, gently bring your focus back to your immediate surroundings. Notice the colors, sounds, and sensations. By anchoring yourself to the present, you create space for clarity and peace. Living in the moment doesn't mean ignoring the past or future. It means not letting them dominate your mind. When you embrace the now, you gain a sense of freedom that overthinking can never provide. Lesson 3. Accept reality as it is. Acceptance is a central theme in Stoicism, captured beautifully in the phrase amor fati, or love of fate. This idea isn't about passive resignation. It's about actively embracing life's events, even the challenging ones, as necessary parts of your journey. Consider a situation where your plans are unexpectedly disrupted. Perhaps a flight is delayed or a project is canceled. Overthinking might lead you to dwell on the inconvenience, blame others, or imagine worst-case scenarios. But what if instead you accepted the situation as it is? The Stoics teach us that resistance to reality only increases our suffering. Instead of lamenting what you cannot change, focus on how you can adapt. As Epictetus said, it is not events that disturb people but their judgments concerning them. Stoic exercise. When faced with an unwanted situation, pause and repeat this mantra. This is what life has given me. I will make the best of it. Over time, this practice rewires your mind to respond with calm rather than resistance. When you accept reality as it is, you free yourself from the mental clutter of should and if only. You become better equipped to act with clarity and purpose, no matter the circumstances. Lesson 4. Practice negative visualization. One of the most counterintuitive yet powerful Stoic practices is premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This involves imagining worst-case scenarios, not to dwell on them but to prepare your mind for life's uncertainties. At first, this may seem unsettling. Why think about negative outcomes when they haven't happened? But here's the Stoic insight. Fear of the unknown often fuels overthinking. When you confront your fears head-on, they lose their power. For example, if you're anxious about losing a job, imagine the scenario in detail. What would you do next? How would you rebuild? By visualizing the steps you'd take, you realize that even the worst outcomes are manageable. Stoic exercise. Spend a few minutes each day imagining a potential challenge. Reflect on how you would respond calmly and wisely. This practice not only reduces anxiety but also strengthens your resilience. Far from being pessimistic, negative visualization teaches you gratitude. When you mentally prepare for loss or hardship, you appreciate the present more deeply and worry less about the future. Lesson 5. Take decisive action. Overthinking often paralyzes us. We replay decisions in our minds, fearing we'll make the wrong choice. But as Seneca reminds us, it is the power of the mind to be unconquerable. Inaction breeds doubt, while action builds confidence. Consider a personal example. Have you ever hesitated to send an email or make a phone call, fearing the response? The longer you wait, the more you overanalyze, and the harder the task becomes. But once you take action, the weight lifts. Stoic exercise. Adopt a 2-minute rule. If a task can be completed in 2 minutes or less, do it immediately. For larger decisions, set a time limit for deliberation and commit to acting once it's up. The Stoics valued action because it aligns thought with reality. By taking decisive steps, you move from overthinking to productive engagement with life. Lesson 6. Detach from outcomes. Detachment is not about apathy, it's about freedom. Epictetus reminds us, do not seek to have events happen as you want them to, but rather want them to happen as they do. When we overthink, we often obsess over outcomes, whether we'll succeed, be liked, or achieve our goals. But the truth is, we can only control the effort, not the result. Imagine planting a garden. You can choose the best seeds, water them diligently, and ensure they get sunlight. But you cannot guarantee they'll grow as you hope. Accepting this uncertainty frees you to focus on what truly matters, your effort. Stoic exercise. At the end of each day, reflect on your actions, not their outcomes. Ask yourself, did I give my best? If the answer is yes, let go of the rest. Detaching from outcomes allows you to approach life with courage and calm, knowing that your worth is not tied to external results. Lesson 7. Question your thoughts. The Stoics understood a fundamental truth. Not all thoughts are helpful. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Overthinking often takes the form of unchallenged narratives in our heads. What if I fail? They probably don't like me. I'm not good enough for this. These thoughts loop endlessly, creating a prison of self-doubt. But here's the thing, most of these thoughts are baseless assumptions, not facts. Consider this example. You text a friend, and they don't reply immediately. The overthinking mind starts spinning stories. Did I say something wrong? Are they upset with me? But what if the simplest explanation is true? They're just busy. Stoic exercise. When an anxious thought arises, ask yourself 3 questions. 1. Is this true? 2. Is this thought helping me? 3. What evidence do I have for or against this thought? This reflective process, known as cognitive distancing, allows you to separate yourself from your thoughts. You begin to see them as passing clouds, not immutable truths. As you practice questioning your thoughts, you'll discover an incredible freedom, the power to choose which thoughts to engage with and which to let go. Over time, you'll train your mind to focus on clarity and reason rather than fear and assumption. Lesson 8. Embrace simplicity. The Stoics believed in the virtue of simplicity, not just in material possessions but also in thought and action. Seneca advised, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." Overthinking thrives in clutter, mental, emotional, and even physical. When life feels overwhelming, it's often because we've overcomplicated it with too many choices, commitments, or distractions. Simplicity, on the other hand, clears the path to peace. Imagine decluttering your home. Each unnecessary item you remove brings a sense of lightness. Now apply this principle to your mind. Instead of juggling countless worries and decisions, focus on what's truly essential. For example, consider the endless options in modern life: what to eat, wear, or watch. These choices seem trivial, but they consume mental energy. By simplifying, choosing a meal plan or a minimalist wardrobe, you free your mind for more meaningful pursuits. Stoic exercise. Identify one area of your life where overthinking reigns: your schedule, relationships, or even your digital life. Simplify it. For instance, unsubscribe from unnecessary emails or limit your social media usage to a specific time. As you embrace simplicity, you'll find that fewer distractions lead to greater focus and a profound sense of calm. Lesson 9. Reflect and journal. Reflection is a cornerstone of Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius's Meditations is essentially a personal journal, filled with his thoughts on philosophy, self-improvement, and the nature of life. This practice allowed him to clarify his thinking, confront his fears, and align his actions with his values. Journaling is a powerful tool for breaking the cycle of overthinking. When thoughts swirl in your mind, they can feel overwhelming, but when you put them on paper, they lose their intensity. Writing helps you process emotions, identify patterns, and gain perspective. Imagine you're worried about a difficult conversation. Instead of replaying it in your head, write about it. What are your fears? What's the worst that could happen? What's the best outcome? By externalizing your thoughts, you create space to reflect and strategize. Stoic exercise. Spend 10 minutes each evening journaling. Start with these prompts. 1. What did I overthink today? 2. What could I have done differently? 3. What will I focus on tomorrow? Over time, journaling becomes a dialogue with yourself, a way to align your actions with your principles and quiet the noise of overthinking. Lesson 10. Trust the flow of life. The final and perhaps most profound Stoic lesson is to trust the natural flow of life. The Stoics believed in the concept of logos, the rational order of the universe. They taught that while we cannot control life's events, we can trust that everything unfolds as it should. Overthinking often stems from a desire for certainty. What if things don't go as planned? What if I fail? But the truth is, life is unpredictable. The Stoics remind us that uncertainty is not something to fear, it's an inherent part of existence. Consider a river. When you fight the current, you exhaust yourself and make little progress. But when you flow with it, you move forward with ease. Trusting life's flow doesn't mean passivity. It means aligning your efforts with the natural rhythm of events. Stoic exercise. Practice surrender. Choose one area of your life where you've been resisting change, perhaps a missed opportunity or an unexpected challenge. Reflect on how you can embrace it instead. Ask yourself, what lesson is this moment teaching me? When you trust the flow of life, you free yourself from the burden of overthinking. You learn to act with intention, adapt to change, and find peace in the journey rather than the destination. Overthinking is a universal struggle, but it doesn't have to control you. By applying these 10 Stoic principles, you can quiet the noise in your mind and live with greater clarity and purpose. If this video inspired you, drop a comment saying, "I choose clarity over chaos." And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more wisdom from Stoic depths. Remember, my friends, the mind is a powerful tool, but it's up to you to use it wisely. Until next time, stay grounded, stay thoughtful, and embrace the Stoic venture.